it was an incredible struggle trying to convince the authorities and also the Department of Environment to believe in what we were trying to establish. I think when Pyramid Arts development went through at the time an incredible upheaval in terms of letting people realize the importance of the organization and for something to be established like this, which would then fulfill a lot of the needs of the community.
Hello, Morris Trowbridge from Primal, Planning Agency for Music Marketing Action.
I started off in sort of a place like this, where it's built up into a most popular jazz university now in the world, and that's Berkeley School in Boston. And I remember when it was nothing but a dilapidated corner building here, and then all of a sudden one day they bought the Sheraton Hotel. See? But I'm only saying that to say that as a kid, you know, I never, you know, you never see things, especially when you're poor, you know. I went to a raggedy school and sacrificed a lot to go to this raggedy school and study with private teachers. So I see the spiritual light shining here at the Pyramid Arts, provided that everybody keeps the faith and keeps the spirit.
There's not enough scope for a lot more places like Pyramid to be around, and the funding and things to help projects such as this is so difficult to come by.
What do you see the greatest challenge facing Pyramid in the coming new year? as being?
Well, as we all know, the cuts are constantly upon us, and for us to rise above all the badness that is around and eating at the pyramid from its roots upwards to try and sort of destroy it, for us to rise above, all come together as a force, and to pull together all the people within pyramid that have got its development and its future in their hearts, for them to come together.
How do you see yourself in terms of the future of pyramid? What do you want to accomplish here?
I want to accomplish a unity with everyone that comes in here
How do you think that will be established?
by teamwork.
So the thing is, this is a tune that we think we know, but you only know it when you know. I mean, certain man say, well, you know, they want to listen and hear what's happening. Some man jumping in the fire and they don't really know the chords. Could they play the chords in time for the drums and keep that up? Once you've got the chords, it'll be easier to play with, and then you can, you know, create with it easier. Right? Let's do another tune.
I think Pyramid Arts Development is an arts and cultural stroke educational training organization set up around about 81, 82 to specifically fulfill the needs of the community within the arts and cultural field. Culture is a vast knowledge of wisdom and understanding which I think a lot of people need to be re-educated in some of these areas, especially those that was born in England and had lost a lot of their identity in one way or another. We're here to kind of regenerate that area back into society.
Recently, the Greater London Arts Authority described Pyramid Arts as perhaps the most important cultural institution in the country, and also seemed to view Pyramid Arts as a prototype for developments that can happen anywhere throughout the UK.
Pyramid can, at this present time, only afford to pay so many people as paid staff. But nevertheless, those people who are paid are not enough to secure the everyday running of the place. I can see Pyramid going very far with the administrative mentality there is and the support that they're getting. Then they could go very far.
Paul, as you have contributed a lot to Pyramid, what has it given to you?
Strength.
He's always been very wealthy as far as music workshops tuition is concerned, but there's never ever been an organisation who, once people have been through the mill of the workshop, have perfected their skills on the instrument, There's never been an agency that's been able to point them in the right direction for actually making a living out of it. It's difficult really, because when I started the job, my brief basically was to help all bands, but to specifically take on 2 bands to see what results I could achieve in as short a period of time as possible. The 2 bands I took on were One Style and the Corn Dollies, who have, One Style have a management contract which is very useful to them. The management company are going to put out singers if they can't get them a record deal, so they are being nicely looked after now. The Corn Dollies have a record deal with Medium Cool and they're in recording their album right now. So the 2 mini success stories, if you like, for the 2 bands who I concentrated heavily on.
That's your sequence, isn't it, right the way through. Okay, let's have a little go at it and just nice and relaxed. See if we can get the notes to ring out, actually hearing each note nice and clearly, yeah? It's alright, carry on. Sounded better.
Full position, right? And rest. Open. Second. Third. Yeah. 4. So you don't let the note stop before you. Don't go down. Don't. You know, let it ring. Right. You see 2 fingers coming out too far from the fretboard. Keep trying to keep it in. That's why you have to slow down so you can think.
What's happening right now?
Well, yes, I agree. There is a big buzz at present because I feel the new kind of genification of society is developing in a way which are attracting more people towards Pyramid with very positive force, and I'm very grateful to see that kind of energy amongst Pyramid. I think people who are here within the organization, I mean, I can say deep down that this will be an organization that they will long remember, and they also will achieve to the fullness whatever it is within the arts and cultural field that they want to pursue. Because the only thing I can see is, from we have a positive structure and people can understand and know how to deal with problem, because that is, I think, the most important thing to me. It's not that everything is fine, it's when things are not fine and how we solve these areas. Those are the most important areas to me. How we deal with it. What kind of solution do we're going to come up with? How do we let other people understand we're in a crisis, and for them to really sit down positively and look at the situation and not really abuse the situation, because that is defeating the situation entirely. We've got to look at, as they say, get back to the drawing board and say, right, this is where we went wrong. It doesn't matter who made that mistake or what the mistake is made. The unforeseen situation which we always come upon, we can't see that. We don't know when that's come. But because of people understanding, I feel, and are more feeling within themselves, knowing that they are a part, because I want people to feel a part of the situation. It belongs to them. It's for the people, you know. It's for them to endure and for them to develop and for them to put whatever energies they have into it.
Sorry to cut in on you. Barrington Levy, welcome to Pyramid Arts. I just want to ask you one or two questions. What have you been doing since your last national release?
She wants me, she needs me, and I need her too. Every day I love her just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Every day I love her just a little bit more, and she loves me the same. 'Cause my love is her love, and her love is my love. Yes, she give me loving at the right time, daytime, nighttime. Yes, she give me loving at the right time. Every day I love her just a little bit more, and she loves me the same. Every guys that boss around the streets, they say she's sweet. Oh, my baby, can I throw some flowers at your feet? 'Cause she's young, fresh and green, and I like how she brought up the scene. Young, fresh and green, and I like how she brought up the scene. Yeah, every day I love her just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Yeah, every day I love her just a little bit more, and she loves me the same. Oh, love, love. Oh, love, love.
Well, I think the place needs to set up some more still. What do you really need, anyway, for this place?
Well, the main problem is money.
What can I do?
Go where?